everyone, welcome on into another episode of The Undercard. Today we are going to be doing fight predictions for UFC 248 going down at the T-Mobile Arena. As always, I am your host, Jeff Patello, and let's first start off by saying I am extremely looking forward to this card. As soon as Adesanya was calling for Yoel Romero, I mean, we couldn't ask for a much more exciting fight in the middleweight division, you know? I believe that in Yoel Romero's last match against Costa that he did win that match, but unfortunately the judges didn't see it that way. So unfortunately Costa pulled out due to a bicep issue, so he wasn't unable to kind of fill in for this time. So Adesanya wanted to go and fight Yoel Romero, which is a big deal because, let's just be honest, nobody wants to fight Yoel. Yoel is a freak of nature. This guy is a absolute animal, full of explosive power. I can't wait to see this one go down. But that's not the only great one on this card. We have got Weili versus Joanne, which is going to be another battle on the feet. You know, it's going to be an incredible war. You know, another one of these fights that I'm really looking forward to is another of Liang's countrymen, as in Li the Leech Zhishang versus Magny. I think this one is going to be another one where it's going to be a war on the feet. And, you know, even to open up this card is going to be another war on the feet, which is going to be Alex the Cowboy Oliveira versus Max Griffin. This one should be a good one. I think even the other fight that I did not mention, which this one I'm a little bit lukewarm on. It's going to be Dariush versus Klaus. And you know, I don't think Dariush has the power to knock out Klaus, and I still haven't really seen enough of Klaus that is going to tell me that he's going to be putting Dariush to sleep. But Dariush has been knocked out before, so we'll see exactly how that goes. So if I'm going to rate this out of a 5 stars, we're going to say this is going to be a 4.5 stars. I'm expecting this one to have fireworks. All right, well, that being said, let's break it down on this first fight. All right, so the first fight of the night is Alex Oliveira versus Max Griffin. Both these gentlemen are looking to have bounce back victories. Oliveira has lost his last 2. Griffin has lost his last 1. I'm going to say, on initial outlook, I'm going to go and give this one to Alex Oliveira. Alex, I believe, has got the superior striking over Max. Alex has also got the superior ground game over Max, in my opinion. And, you know, Oliveira has got some KO power, and I haven't seen anything from Max that has indicated that he's got KO power. He does have a pretty good chin on him, but if I had to say one glaring weakness would be his gas tank. He didn't look like he was, he's got the biggest gas tank available, so this could present him some problems in the later rounds where Alex has got good cardio. Anytime I think of Alex Oliveira, I still think about his war versus Yancy Medeiros. That was an all-out battle and one of the greatest fights in UFC history. So I'm going to say that Alex Oliveira is going to win this one. Both men come in at the same height, reach advantage. So I'm going to say speed, Oliveira, striking abilities, Oliveira, and on the ground, Oliveira's got the all three pluses for him. So, like I says, Alex Oliveira for the win. This one's probably going to go to decision. Okay, so this next one I'm really looking forward to. This is Magny versus Li the Leech Zhishang. I hope I am saying that name correct. The Leech is a beast. However, one of the things that I'm noticing right off the bat is that Magny has an 8-inch reach advantage over Lee. He's coming in the much taller man, and this could present problems for a brawler such as the Leech, but hence the nickname the Leech, right? He does got some good wrestling ability. He does got some good submission skills. So I'm probably looking for this one to possibly go to the ground. However, if Lee does get drawn into a war, somebody is going to get knocked out, and Lee has got some amazing strength. And in my opinion, Magny just needs to fight the smart fight here and use his reach and his great striking ability. Both these men have phenomenal striking ability. Both these men have some half decent. Well, I'm going to say on the ground, I'm going to give it to Lee. Magny has been submitted by world-class submission artists such as Damian Maia and Rafael Dos Anjos. So there's always that potential that he could get subbed on the ground. I think Lee probably is going to be fighting smart in this one. Now that I think fellow countryman Liang has the championship, I think there is so much more pressure on this young man to do well in the welterweight division. You know, the Chinese, when they get behind their athletes, they are all in. And, you know, I think this man has got a lot of pressure on him, a lot of eyes watching him, and he's got the most to lose in this fight. I am looking for him to fight smart in this one and take this one to the ground. So I'm going to predict that Liang is going to win. I think this is also probably has the potential of being a decision win. However, I kind of hope that he doesn't fight a smart fight. I hope that he goes out there and brawls, because if he does, we are going to be in for a treat. Someone's going to get knocked out if they decide to brawl, but you never know. So our next fight before the co-main event is Beneil Dariush versus Dakar Close. I'm thinking they are looking to fast track Close. Close has got a 5-fight win streak going on here. He does fight out of the camp, the lab, that is run by Benson Henderson. So, you know, he's coming from a good camp. This kid has got some half decent striking abilities. I haven't seen him fight too often. He does got some earlier knockout wins in his early MMA career. However, his last 5 wins all have come by decision, so he seems to lost maybe a little bit of that power, but he is looking really good, really fit, and should be able to put on a good show. Will he be able to knock out Dariush? Dariush has been knocked out before. If we all recall, he was spectacularly knocked out in that fight against Edson Barbosa. Barbosa came in with a flying knee, stopped him in the second round. It was vicious. However, things that I do notice is that Dariush does have some pretty good striking ability. He knows how to stalk and put on a pace. However, he does not really possess any KO power. I feel that his strengths are in the submission games. He has his last 2 wins, in fact, actually are coming off of submissions. And you should really look to take this one to the ground and try to submit Close. That being said, it's not going to be an easy thing. He does come from that Henson Academy, the lab, so you know he should have pretty decent wrestling abilities, but I think that's where Dariush will shine, is on the ground. However, I still haven't picked anybody to win this one, so I'm going to say that it's going to be Dariush for the win here. I think he is just a little bit more experienced than Dakar. I think the UFC is trying to fast track Dakar Close, because he is on an incredible win streak right now. That is 5 in a row. If he wins this one, this will probably be his biggest name to date for a win, which is always great on the resume. And, you know, this could help to propel this young man forward. Okay, so our co-main event is Liang versus Joanne Jacek. This is a very, very interesting fight. This is going to be Weilei's first title defense. This will also be the first time she is on a big pay-per-view card like this. Could there be too much pressure for this young lady? Possibly, we'll see. But she is currently on a 20-fight win streak, and she is quite the little workhorse. You know, the one thing that you're gonna notice is that, like, she is very thick and solid. You know what I mean? Like, she's not like thick. You know what I mean? But like for the strawweight division, she's got like this, just this. She looks like a tank. You know, incredibly. Worked hard, incredibly. She's good with the wrestling, but the one thing that I think might serve her wrong here is that she's looking for a knockout of Joanne, and that's going to be a pretty hard thing to do. You know, if this stays a standing striking battle, this is going to easily be Joanne's fight. And the reason that I say that is because Joanne, and especially if you look in her last fight against Watterson, she knows how to use her length. She always has. She also knows how to put on a pace. This woman has got a great engine, high workhorse. She's got some great kickboxing, Muay Thai skills, and she's going to be utilizing all of these weapons against Weili. Now, I think, though, if Weili is able to get on the inside here and take Joanne to the ground, which maybe that's the game plan, even though she says she's looking for a knockout, maybe she's going to take Joanne to the ground. Because I think if she's going to stand there and try and trade and try and counter Joanne, it's going to be a very rough night for her. Weili is very tough. The way she ran through Jessica Andrade there was phenomenal. I mean, it stunned the MMA world. But you know, she's got all the skills and capability of doing it. I just think Joanne here is going to win because of she's just really big for this division, for a strawweight division, right? You know, and she's got, like I said, incredible striking, incredible reach. Right, you know, just that length, right? Her legs, her arms, right? She's just, she's got some great skills, and that's why I'm gonna pick Joanne to win this fight. However, Dana White has recently come out and kind of like been throwing a few shades at Joanne. He has stated that Joanne is at the beach while Weili is training her butt off, and you know, good for Weili. Is this true? We'll see. Joanne is a experienced fighter, so she might not need all the training. You know, as you get older, the training gets to be a bit much and hard on the body, but we'll see exactly where she's at. You know what I mean? Maybe he is going to suffer a little bit of hoof and mouth disease. Who knows? We'll have to find out Saturday night. All right, now for the main event. Yoel Romero versus Israel, the last style bender, Adesanya. Oh my God, this one is going to be fireworks. Like I mentioned at the start of this show, this is going to be big. Somebody is going to sleep, you know? You know, even though Yoel Romero is a world-class wrestler, and I do mean a world-class wrestler, it's very rare that we see this man use his wrestling skills. In fact, it seems that as soon as he was able to kind of ditch those wrestling skills and actually start using them boxing skills, he's fallen in love more and more so with the striking game. And unfortunately, that plays very well into the Stylebender strength. Stylebender comes from a kickboxing background, right? He's a Thai fighter. He has got amazing skills, amazing striking ability. He's got the reach. He's got too many things that factor towards him. You know, power, reach, you know, it is his bread and butter game, you know. But you never know, because it only takes one shot. I mean, look at that flying knee that Yoel's had before, you know. He's got the ability to crush people, you know, much like Deontay Wilder, you know. If he lands that shot, you're going to sleep, right? So this fight is going to be super interesting, you know. Like, hopefully Yoel is going to use some of his wrestling in this fight, right? You know, Israel's going to show that he's got some great defense on the ground, but I think this is where Yoel will be able to win the fight. If he is able to keep pulling Israel to the ground, you know what I mean? Takedowns, have a little bit of control, you know. He doesn't really have to look for submissions or anything, but if he can consistently take Israel to the ground, establish a little bit of dominance, Yoel can win this fight easily. But on the other side, Israel is more than likely getting way prepared for all the takedown defense. He's not overlooking Yoel at all. In fact, he is looking at Yoel with a big hit mark. He is looking to start stacking up legends on his resume. And you got to give Israel props, you know what I mean? All the props in the world, right? He's making this division, the middleweight division, very exciting. He's very crowd friendly. You know, he is the future of the sport. And you know, I don't think he's going to lose this fight against Yoel. I think, like I says, I think Israel wins this fight because Yoel is too in love with the striking. And I think Israel ends up KOing Romero. And he's going to probably do so in spectacular fashion. And, you know, this is going to be probably the fight to remember for the year. This is going to be an amazing match. And like I said, it's just pure fireworks. All right, fight fans, thank you so much for chilling out with me. As always, I'm your host, Jeff. Make sure to follow me on Twitter. Also, hit up that Discord. If you like what we got going on here, make sure to hit that sub button and stay up to date with videos. Peace. Much love.